So it seems like here lately, my last several videos, I'm always apologizing to you guys. And I apologize again. I know I've talked about this before and that the videos will be farther and fewer between. Since the last upload, which has been about a month now, I've actually went back to work full time. My wife's schedule's changed. She was working like days through the week, like 8 to 5 Monday through Friday. Now she's working graveyards, and a lot of that is because of our son. Our son started preschool, so that's been an adjustment, trying to figure out to get him there, get him from preschool to daycare, then daycare home, and then find someone to take care of him while he's home until I get home from work. So lots of changes. Lots of stuff going on, and for those of you that do follow the channel and do know me, you know it's because my wife and I were really just trying to get to Tennessee. Our heart's in Tennessee now, and that's our goal. So we're trying to put away as much money as we can between now and then, and you know, make the transition as smooth as possible so we can get out there and just focus on a different life, really. And so I apologize. Like I said, I do apologize. I know I'm always apologizing, and the good news is that for those of you that are newer to the channel, maybe haven't seen a lot of my videos, go back and look at some of the older stuff that I did before. I was actually watching one of my older videos the other day, and you know, back when I had more time, when I wasn't working so much, wasn't working at all, I was a little bit more creative, put a little bit more time into the editing, the thought process and everything like that, and there was actually some pretty good videos back there, if I do say so myself. So go back and check them out. There's some good stuff there. But meanwhile, what I want to do today is I want to just kind of catch you guys up to date, because I have sold off so many cars, things have changed so much in the shop, it's a different layout, and so I want to show you what I've got left, what's going on, if there's any that are going to be going out or going to Tennessee, or what the plan is here or what have you. Now, it's still going to be a few years yet before we go to Tennessee. I'm thinking still about 3 roughly, but you know, just I'm making those preparations, getting everything ready, getting everything in place. So we'll start out first here with the vehicle behind me. This is my wife's bus, and just recently had it over at the workshop. Eddie was doing some brake work on it, and he put a compressor, an onboard compressor on it, so we don't have to air up the compressor to air up the air shocks every time we take it out, which is nice. This vehicle's staying. It's going to go with us to Tennessee for sure. My wife loves this vehicle. I actually have grown to love this vehicle too. I've grown very, very fond of it. So it is going to be staying for sure. Next behind me is my 2002 Ford Lightning that I've had now for a very long time, actually about, I don't know, 3, 4, maybe 5 years, probably 4 years, 3 or 4 years, something like that, yeah. So it's a vehicle that I've said this so many times, it surprises me, because I really didn't think I was going to keep it. I really thought I was going to buy it, enjoy it for a little while, and then get rid of it. But I really do like it, and I've had several people ask me about buying it, am I interested in selling it? And it's not that I wouldn't sell it, but I think the number would be up there to the point where you could probably find another one as nice, if not a little nicer, and for probably a little less money. So chances are very good this one is going to be going to Tennessee as well. Next is my 57 Volkswagen Bug. Definitely a Pro Street setup, mid-engine design. You guys can see there the engine does sit back behind the front axle. And this thing is an absolute beast. Right now it's on open header, so it sounds amazing. And it's another one I really didn't think I'd keep very long. I've kept it a lot longer than I thought. I will probably sell it. I'm thinking this one probably won't go to Tennessee, but I'm not in any hurry to sell it. Like I said, it's going to be about 3 years, so I think I'll enjoy it for a little while. If the right offer comes along, I would consider letting it go right now, but I'm in no hurry. It's still a lot of fun. It's like I said, it's absolutely a beast, and I love it. I love the way it sounds, and it is without a doubt the fastest vehicle I have here in the shop. My DeLorean, talked about this one for a long time. I love this car. It's going nowhere other than Tennessee with me. I won't sell it. It would take a pretty huge number to buy it from me, and quite honestly, you could find another DeLorean out there for cheaper than what I would sell this one for. So yeah, it's going to stick around, and the plan is for it to go to Tennessee. Same is true for the 64 Corvette. I really enjoy this car. I enjoy driving this car. My wife and I actually took it on a little jaunt the other day, and other than not having air conditioning, it was a great ride. It did great. I really enjoy having the car. I like the looks of the car. I still think this is the most beautiful Corvette that Chevrolet ever made. So it's going to stick around. The plan is for it to go to Tennessee as well. Now my Shelby Cobra This is one I've been on the fence about. I've actually thought about selling this one. I've owned this one for a long time now, probably a good 7-8 years. And I've thought about selling it a few times. It's a very cool car. And I don't know, maybe I would consider selling it. I'm not in any hurry if I did, and it may end up going to Tennessee with me as well. I'm not really sure. Maybe if the price is right, and I can tell you this, that if I were to sell it, the first number would at least have to start with a 4, maybe getting up towards a 5. It's just such a cool looking car. It's cool to look at, it's cool to drive, it's cool to own. They're just very iconic cars. So I don't know, as I'm sitting here talking about it, I'm talking myself out of it again. So probably if the first number was a 5, I would consider it, but probably not. My 55 Chevy that I still need to do a video on, I do apologize for that. I'll do it, I just don't know when. It's just a matter of finding the time and the ability, because I've got to start it up, I've got to drive it. It's a little noisy, especially on open headers, and a lot of times my wife is sleeping and neighbors are sleeping or what have you, and I don't want to disturb anybody. So, you know, my real good prime time to do videos has kind of been lost with everything, but I will do the video eventually. I will figure it out. But this is a vehicle I'm on the fence about too. Sometimes I think, you know, I'm just going to leave it the way it is. When the right deal comes along, I'll go ahead and sell it or what have you. And then other times I think, no, I'm going to go ahead and keep it. There's some things I'd like to do to it to make it a little more mine, things that I want to have done to it. And so I think maybe I'll just do that, and maybe it'll go with me to Tennessee. And then I'll go back and think, well, no, maybe I'll just, you know, enjoy it for a little bit longer and then sell it and then find another Tri-5 when I get back there. So I'm still on the fence about this one, but it is a very cool car. I actually have been able to drive it once or twice since it's gotten back over here to the shop. It's been here like a couple months now or something like that. So, and I've enjoyed driving it. Transmission works great, everything works great. I just need to do a couple more things to it, and there are a couple things I will do, but just whether I keep it or not depends on how deep I want to dive into this car. So yeah, I'm on the fence. I'm really on the fence. My 1940 Ford Coupe, absolutely love this car. No desire to sell it. Had a few people asking me about it if I did want to sell it. The answer is equivocally no. Again, it would take a really large number for me to sell it, and really more than it's probably worth in today's market. So the plan is for it to go to Tennessee. These last 4 cars here in this shop pretty much are going to go with me, I can tell you for sure. If you guys know the story on the 67 Chevelle, you know it's very near and dear to my heart. My plan is to give it to my youngest son at some point, probably when I pass away. And yeah, it's definitely going to go to Tennessee with us. The Trans Am will someday go to my daughter, again, probably when I pass away. So she wants this car. I love this car. It's a very enjoyable car to drive. It is definitely going to be sticking around. My 65 Chevy pickup, if you guys know the story on this, you know it's going nowhere. I don't care what somebody would offer me. It wouldn't matter. It's not going anyplace. It's been with me for 37 years now, been in the family since new. It's going to stick around. And last but certainly not least, at least in this shop, is my 58 Plymouth. I do love this car. It's a nice driving car. It's a very honest, true car, original mile car. It's clean, it's enjoyable. And it was used in my wedding, so I don't plan on getting rid of this. It would take such a large number to buy it. I would need to get enough out of this car to buy like a 2-door hardtop, and that's not going to happen. So I'm going to continue to own this car and enjoy it, and it will go to Tennessee as well. So that takes care of all the vehicles over here. There is one vehicle that I did talk about a couple of videos ago. I recently only got to drive it like a quarter of a mile before I had my accident, my incident, and it is over at the workshop. I'm going to take you guys over there and show you that one and talk a little bit about what's going on with it. But before I do, since I'm over here at this shop anyway, and I'm going to be in the video probably over there, I want to show you what's going on underneath the loft. So you guys might remember I used to have vehicles underneath this loft. Also, I used to have vehicles back in the back shed, my wife's shoe shop, which is now rented out to a gentleman who does work on his vehicles and needed a place to store them. So yeah, things have changed obviously, but here, since I don't have any vehicles to fit under here, I decided to put my arcade games, see the arcade games over there, so decided to set them over there. My friend Josh, he is wanting to buy these, and he is paying me payments along the way. So, which I told him to take his time, because I kind of enjoy having them here. They're fun when we do Cars and Coffee, which haven't done Cars and Coffee in several months. but hope to get back to that at some point in time. And then I just, setting some chairs out here so people can hang out. And then I took the bistro set that was upstairs in the loft and I put it down here. And it worked out really nice. This was all set up like this for the last Cars and Coffee, so it did work out really nicely. And it's weird, I don't like having empty space, so of course I'm trying to think of a way to utilize it. So this seemed to be the best way to utilize it at this point in time. But yeah, it happens. So now we're going to go over to the workshop and we'll talk about the Willys. So over in the shop here, kind of step over. I did do some lighting in here, which makes it a little bit better at night, but it still has its shadows and everything like that. So apologize for that, and I don't want to open the big door and wake up anybody or what have you. But my 1940 Willys pickup, see it right there. So actually looks kind of cool with no front end, I think. I mean, it's not bad. It's not great, but it's not bad. But you see the front end over there. So yes. For those of you that don't know, I just got in this vehicle, took it in on a trade, and was taking it down to go get some fuel. And really don't know what happened. I already told the story, but I wasn't spinning tires. I wasn't getting on it hard. I was maybe doing 50, 55 at the most. And I just got up to a cruising speed, and suddenly the thing just started whipping around. I wish I could remember. To me, when I think back about it, it feels more like the back end started going on me, but I don't know, it could have been the front end, it could have been something in the steering. Jesse's come over and looked at the suspension and everything like that, because he's the one that did the estimate to fix the suspension and get it right. And he says it looks like the steering box maybe jumped the tooth or whatever, because lockout one way, there's less turns, and lockout the other way. So I'm not really sure what happened, and we're not really sure what happened, but I turned it into the insurance company. So the body work, that estimate was submitted, I don't know, maybe a week or two ago, and they paid me almost immediately. I mean, within like a day, I had money for that. And so just got the estimate for Jesse's part, all the suspension work and everything like that. And like I said, we still don't really know what happened. We're not gonna know until it's up on a lift and can get under there and take a look at everything and figure out, what broke or what's internal that you can't be seen or what have you. So it's a process. But I submitted that estimate, it's been like 4 days ago, and I haven't heard anything from them. So I did a follow-up email to my claims adjuster. I may have to hit my agent up and see what's going on. So I'm not really sure, but once that gets paid out, once this is all said and done, I think I'm probably gonna sell this truck. I think I'm just gonna sell it the way it is, let somebody know exactly what happened. It's obviously gonna need a front clip. If someone wants to do that, it's gonna need a new radiator. It needs a new front clip for the suspension, so that needs to be redone. And then of course, the body work and stuff like that. So it's going to need a little bit of loving and everything, but it does run. It does run. Eddie started it a few times, moved it around the shop. It does fire up and run. And other than the fact that the front wheels are all jacked up because of the steering box, it drives. But you can see right now that tire's towed in, and that tire is it's pretty much straight. So I don't know, it's kind of jacked up. It's not right, let's just say that. So it's going to need some love, is what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying, it's going to need some love. But yeah, I think I'm just going to go ahead and sell it. For me, it's like, had that experience, and I don't really want to do anything with it anymore. Although standing here, I sit there and think, well, maybe get the suspensions fixed and get it to where it's going down the road again. Because it is a cool looking truck. I mean, that is a cool looking truck. Even without the front end, it is a cool looking truck. So, and if someone wanted to just do that, someone just wanted to go through the suspension, get all that taken care of, because the rest of the cab, the body, the bed, everything like that is in good shape. And like I said, it runs just fine. It's a 383 stroker, turbo 350 transmission. It's actually a cool little truck. So, but like I said, I think I'll just sell it. That's what I think I'll do. I may fix the suspension, but I'll probably just sell it and go from there and move on. Because I want to get down to 12 cars, and that's what I've got over there right now. I'd like to take all 12 to Tennessee. I'm just going to have to see when we get a little bit closer as to what it will cost and how many will fit on a truck. I'm thinking probably 5 realistically on an enclosed truck. So more than likely, I'll probably have to get rid of at least 2 more. And my guess right now would probably be the 55 and maybe the Bug. But who knows? I mean, the Cobra maybe, possibly, I don't know. We'll see how things are going at that point in time. That could be one that would go. But probably 2 of those 3 would go, I'm thinking. So, and if I sound confused, and if I'm confusing you, it's because I'm confused, because I really don't know. I'm not sure yet. Big decisions, lots going on, as you can tell. So anyway, as always, I do appreciate you guys hanging with me, and I know this video probably is a little jumbled and everything like that, and I do, like I said, I apologize. I keep apologizing, and I'm sorry I keep apologizing. So I'm apologizing for apologizing. But, you know, just like I said, lots going on, lots of changes and things like that. I think that once we do get settled in a little bit more and get back to doing some cars and coffee, I'd like to do some videos on that. I don't think one's going to happen this month in September, just because I'm scheduled for like 25 hours worth of overtime just this month. So maybe next month, maybe in October, and which would be good because it's been very, very hot out, and hopefully the weather will cool down a little bit and it'll make for a nice morning. We can enjoy our time and everything like that and get back into that. But yeah, that's it. That's it. I got nothing else. I'm going to stop being boring and let you guys go. Thank you so much for watching. I do appreciate it. As always, please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And like I said, go back and check out some of the older videos if you haven't. There's some good stuff in there. And of course, as always, my Instagram PO box is going to be in the description below. Guys, seriously, God bless. Take care. Have an absolutely amazing day.